And my hope is that since the women can come together, Scrap and Khaotic can do the same too.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, my.
See, now you stepping out of your lane once again, so I might have to smack that ass. You know, you're done. Don't call me. I'm like T.I. What he saying, AT? I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you. I don't want to do nothing. Cause now it's on. I got a record I'm about to drop today that I already pre-recorded because I knew you was gonna come up, fumble up on some bullshit. And when this record drop,
Yeah, you going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying, you so G'd up, like that was a G'd up move. Bro, you playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. The reason I don't respond back gangsta, y'all, is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You threw a drink at me, bro.
The air was thick with tension in the dimly lit room. Scrappy had always been a hothead, quick to anger and harder to reason with when his emotions flared. But today, something felt different. He paced back and forth, his mind racing, his thoughts tangled in a mess of disbelief and rage. The words he had just heard echoed in his mind like a broken record. Bambi and Khaotic, together, a secret hidden from everyone right under his nose. For months, Scrappy had suspected something was off, but he never could have guessed the truth. The signs had been subtle, almost imperceptible. A glance exchanged too long, a whisper too quiet to catch. But now that he knew, the pieces fell into place. The betrayal stung like a sharp knife to the gut, and Scrappy could hardly breathe through the pressure in his chest. His eyes flicked to Khaotic, who was standing just a few feet away. The two of them had once been close, like brothers, sharing everything, trusting each other with their lives. Scrappy had fought beside him, laughed with him, celebrated victories, and weathered losses. But now, that trust felt shattered, like fragile glass scattered on the floor. Bambi, the girl he had known since childhood, the one he had protected, the one he had always seen as a sister, was now tangled up in a relationship with Khaotic, a secret relationship. Scrappy couldn't fathom it. He had always looked out for Bambi, always made sure she was safe, always tried to shield her from the chaos that followed them all. But now, the one person he had trusted most had betrayed him in the worst way imaginable. His hands clenched into fists, his knuckles turning white. He could feel the anger boiling inside him, rising like an uncontrollable storm. His breath came in short bursts, and his vision blurred with the heat of fury. He wanted to yell, to scream, to make them feel the weight of the betrayal, but something stopped him. A single crushing realization that Khaotic had known about his feelings for Bambi all along. He had known, and still he had gone behind his back, hiding the truth and laughing in his face. "Why, Khaotic?" Scrappy muttered, his voice low and threatening. The words were barely a whisper, but they carried the weight of his rage. "Why didn't you tell me?" Khaotic's eyes met his, but there was no remorse there, no apology, just cold indifference. The man who had once been his brother, his partner in crime, was now a stranger, a traitor, and Scrappy could feel his mind starting to slip, the anger consuming him, twisting his thoughts. Khaotic shrugged, his face unreadable. "You never asked," he replied, his voice eerily calm. That was all it took. Scrappy's patience, what little had remained, snapped. With a roar of frustration, he lunged forward, his fist crashing into the side of Khaotic's jaw. The impact echoed through the room, a sickening sound that made Scrappy's blood run hot. He didn't care. He couldn't care. All that mattered was that he was hurt, betrayed, and now he wanted revenge. Bambi, who had been standing in the doorway, stepped forward, her face a mixture of shock and disbelief. "Scrappy, stop!" she pleaded, her voice trembling. "This isn't how you should handle this." But Scrappy didn't hear her. The rage was too overpowering, too blinding. His eyes locked onto Khaotic, who staggered back, wiping the blood from his lip with the back of his hand. There was no fight left in him, at least not the fight Scrappy was looking for. There was just the cold realization that the man he had called his brother no longer existed, and the woman he had once protected was now standing on the other side. "You knew?" Scrappy hissed, his voice breaking. You both knew, and you kept it from me. Khaotic didn't answer, and Bambi stayed silent, her eyes filled with pain. Scrappy wanted her to say something, anything, to explain why she had done this to him, to explain why she had chosen Khaotic over him, but the words never came. In that moment, everything fell away. Bambi, Khaotic, the secret, the anger, the betrayal. All that was left was a hollow, aching emptiness. Scrappy stood there, panting, his heart racing. His mind was a blur, too clouded by emotions to think straight. But one thing was crystal clear. Nothing would ever be the same again. The bond he had with Khaotic was broken, and the trust he had in Bambi shattered beyond repair. And in the silence that followed, the weight of the betrayal settled deep within Scrappy's chest, a reminder that sometimes the people you care about most can hurt you in ways you never expected.
Whole time, he the one who called me out my name, disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened him. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to anyway.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Khaotic, you know what I mean?
We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
We're not. Cause I can give a Cause let me tell you something. When a over me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way Khaotic feel. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that way.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that, and I'm gonna stand on that. And we gonna stand on it.
No!
Let's stand on it.
No!
He gonna stand on it.
No, he does not. Scrap, he did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then I...
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him.
No, this what he do. This what he do. He say something crazy, and he be like, oh, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no stuff.
Khaotic always try to play a victim. He'll start some then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
Cuz gonna try to goddamn, he want everybody to be like,
oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we can really make an assessment of our own thoughts here.
I be watching cuz I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, my I beat your ass.
You had a million times to do it.
Do it now.
Why you wait till you get on TV to do it?
Why you on YouTube?
Why you You're a TV man.
You a clown.
You got a problem with me.
You a talker. Keep talking that boy.
He's a